Well, we're finally here. It is still January 1st as I record this. By the time this comes out, it'll probably be right after like my birthday or something. But nonetheless, I yesterday was of course New Year's Eve, and which explains the hair. So, anyways, what's up, everyone? Sean here, and welcome to 2020. I cannot believe we are in a brand new decade. This is pretty much technically about to be my third decade, although I've lived through 4 decades technically, because I lived through the 90s, I lived through the 2000s, the 10s, and now we're about to go into the fourth decade, which is the 2020s. So it's like such a weird sort of thing to say, but I'm still kind of processing it, but I'm like getting used to it at this point, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's just kind of cool, we're it's that time of the year to kind of refresh ourselves, and hopefully we can achieve at least some things, one step at a time sort of thing. If you are able to achieve things later in the year, that's awesome. That's always a really good feeling, and best of luck to all you guys. But anyway, so yeah, New Year's, man, 2020, and I'm just gonna go back on 19 on things, just for the sake of consistency of these vlogs, and we're gonna go into where we're gonna be seeing in January of 2020, which is kind of funny to say, but anyways, for my YouTube channel anyway. But anywho, we're just gonna take care of what we did in real life in December, and then what we did for the channel as of December 19, and then what we're gonna do for January 2020. So anyway, all right. So real life stuff. So there hasn't been any update on the remodeling and stuff like that for work. So of course can't give too many details, but still not happening. I'm still gonna say that much, and I just don't know beyond that. So but I'm just gonna take a stab at it. I'm just gonna say I'll probably get some sort of notification in the middle of January. That's just a guess for me. But nonetheless, though, outside of that, work has been more or less the same. Nothing really unusual or anything like that. No fights or whatever. None of that. No drama, anything like that. No personal drama for me. Nothing of the sort. It just a way for me to get by, just like any other month, and I'm happy with that too. Especially to kind of end it on that note. Although we did have a raffle, and I was hoping to win something from one of the prizes, but unfortunately I won none of those things. But it's okay, because I still got what I wanted for throughout the year of 19. I guess it's now a good time to look back on things, just to kind of like keep it a little short, because I'm just gonna like wasting a lot of time like trying to think of some things or remembering some things, but there are a couple of things I do want to say right now before I forget, which is so in April, my friend who was getting married had his bachelor party, and right like around like before that time, I was like in the middle of like one of my worst slumps I've had in a while, meaning like I guess you can say it's some form of depression or whatever. It's not like the clinical depression, so I'm not taking any like pills or anything like that, or any medication of sorts. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it was just like one of those moments or one of those months or just a period where I'm just super like low energy on anything, like mentally, emotionally, And even like I guess no, not fit. I guess not. I guess it wasn't too much on the physical. Like I still like went to go work out, but it's strange. Like even then, I just felt low energy, and when I'm in this phase, I just don't want to do anything. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go like meet up with my friends or anything like that, or like just I'm like in a bubble almost. It's so weird. You know what I mean? Like I just don't want to go out my way for anything. And I think it made things harder for me to make stuff around that time too. I don't know exactly what I made in April, but I had help from one of my friends. He was the best man, and we talked on the phone and stuff like that. He was just like, dude, this is your friend's bachelor party. You gotta get your butt up, man. I know you're like, you're like depressed or whatever it is, but this is like once in a lifetime sort of thing. So I need you to like get yourself going and blah blah blah. He's just like, you know what I mean? Like he was just like, it try to reignite my fire and stuff like that. And pretty much he helped me do that. Like he kind of pretty much like hit the primer, and then I was the one who pulled the cord on the lawnmower sort of thing, I guess you can say. So I mustered up a lot of like back my normal self back, more than enough to like go to the bachelor party that was in Vegas. And that was pretty much like the best thing I did for April, man. And I was really happy I was able to do that for my friend, because the bachelor, he's a close friend of mine ever since like we were kids. And so I wanted to be there for him, and so I beat that slump, and I was able to go to that bachelor party with him, man. It was definitely a good feeling, but it definitely when it happened, it's such a like, oh god, and it's such a shitty feeling, you know what I mean? It happened back in college, and that made me miss out on one of my friends' birthday parties and stuff like that. And I just like secluded myself, working on some college projects and stuff like that. I was like so like, trying to get things done for college, and so I couldn't do the things I wanted to do. So that pretty much like kind of put me into a slump. And then when I'm in that slump, I don't want to do anything pretty much other than doing the things I really need to do, like necessities and stuff like that, and what's like right there around me, you know what I mean? So it's such a bad feeling, but it came back, but with the help of my friend, I conquered it for right now. And then so but yeah, it definitely, I remember that kind of feeling from college, and it's bad, man. It can be really bad. It's like almost like a form of burnout, I guess you can say, for like artists, but it's definitely I guess you can say like it is sort of like the two sides of the same coin sort of thing, but it's got its own flavor, man. It's its own beast still, and oh my god. Hoping to keep that in check. Just try to keep or maintain a more realistic but positive look on things, and as I move forward and stuff like that. So that definitely should not be a problem in the future, at least for 2020 anyway. So, but nonetheless, so we had a great time at the bachelor party in Vegas, and we did go-karting and ride ATVs and stuff. And also one more note, when I'm in a slump, I'm like, for some reason I'm like very cautious on the things that are very important to me, like like money, obviously. So again, I don't want to do anything, therefore I'm not spending money on things, you know what I mean? So like that's like another like sort of weird side effect, I guess you can say. It's like I don't know, kind of oddly specific, but whatever. Anyway, I beat that thing. I had a good time, and I'm glad I was able to be there for my friend and everyone else. All the other the groomsmen and stuff like that, my fellow groomsmen. And by the time in June, my friend got married officially, and he's now a husband, and his wife is now a well, I don't know if I should say his last name, but anyway, it's Curtis, by the way, who hasn't remembered already, who had appeared in a number of my videos, including the Wind Waker Let's Play, the Fist of the North Star Let's Play, and some of the We Have Fun videos as well. So he's a good friend of mine from childhood, and I'm just super happy for him and his wife. So it's remember looking back on it, it's definitely a good feeling, not only for those two, but being able to muster up at least enough of my motivation to get back into things, and that's like the end of it. So obviously when it comes to like the games and stuff like that, there was like a lot of cool things, but there's definitely some more real life stuff before I jump into the game stuff, but and movies as well. But oh man, so one thing I do want to share is my workout progress. So I definitely, one comes to mind is I recently PR'd once again for my squats, and I am now able to do one rep for 2 plates and 20s on each side of the bar. So that's a lot of weight, man. That's like, woof, man. Also, earlier in the year, I was able to do 3 plates for deadlifting, man. That was another like, oh man, I actually did it. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I'm gonna go for 4 plates. That sounds really scary for me, but maybe we'll see later down the year. We'll have to find out. We'll have to find out where I go with that. But I'm not too like urgent. It's not too much of an urgency for me to like, oh, I gotta like do 4 plates. Oh, I gotta do like 5. That sounds like a good number, right? No, I mean, I'm like really satisfied with where I am right now when it comes to deadlifting. So I'm probably gonna keep it around 3 plates just to be safe for myself. That's like already a lot of weight for me personally. I mean, I probably could do like a little more than that now, but just to be safe for now, I'm probably gonna stick with my 3 plates, and that's all there is to it. When it comes to squats, I'll definitely slowly work at it. I do definitely want to try to get to 3 plates eventually, but I definitely don't need to go on beyond that. But first things first, 2 plates and a quarter plate is the next goal. So, well, that one step at a time, one little plate at a time, I guess, and we'll eventually get to the bigger stuff. So, I will say, I guess it's related to workouts. One thing I do want to do for 2020 is be able to do bench pressing 2 plates. I definitely feel like I should do that. I feel I set my mind on that, and so we're at the beginning of the year, so I'm already like at a plate and at least a quarter for sure, and I can do like a 30 on a good day. So I'm like, they're literally 10 pounds away, so I have a lot of room to play around with. So I got my partner Danny. He's definitely gonna help me out with that to like progressively get there, like, step by step and that sort of thing. Help me keep me motivated. So pretty confident about that being achieved at some point of the year. It doesn't have to be like early on. It doesn't have to be like in the middle of the year. It could be like literally on the last day, and I could be happy with that. But yeah. So anyway, other than that though, like everything else has been all good in the hood, and nothing, no injury or anything like that. So that's the most important thing. Like, don't get injured at the gym. That's my number one sort of rule for myself, or goal that I always have ongoing. So, because if I get an injury, it's like, well, I can potentially not be able to work out, and if I can't work out, it's like, well, you know what I mean? Well, shit. So, but anyway, I guess one more thing about real life stuff, or I guess two more things, was Evo 2019. I feel like that was a really good time. Was another good Evo for myself and my group. Had a good time. We played a good amount of video games at the Airbnb. It's always a good feeling to be able to see the guys in real life instead of Discord, and once a year we get together and just have a good fun. Try to have a good time. I always look forward to it, and hopefully we can do it again for this year. But I do have some things to say about that regarding to Evo itself, but that could be for later on. But I'm not sure if I'm like set on that sort of decision just yet. But anyway, so yeah. But for now, back onto things. Sorry, I digress. I was happy with what we did for Evo 2019. Again, it was just another good year, and I still gotta get around to get those videos out. Hopefully, I can do that for January. But anyway, beginning of January. But anyway, one more thing, I guess, for 2019. Before I get to even December, is actually, it is in December. So we, myself, and Keeters and a couple other guys were able to get together right around the Capcom Cup time, and that was another good time too. But it wasn't the what we had in mind, but we definitely still kind of had similar results. We still got to meet up together, had a good talk and stuff like that, and Capcom Cup wasn't quite like what we hoped for. I already made my video about that, and I expressed my disappointment, but things appear to be refreshing for the better. Things are going to be kind of different, seems like. So I look forward to what they'll do for Capcom Cup, and how Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition will turn out as a competitive game later in the year. So I'm pretty excited. There has been some cool things that were added into the game. So except for the netcode, unfortunately. But with that being said, it's refreshing again, and it's fun with friends. So time and time again, I'll be down to play some Street Fighter with friends. Playing some nice little footsies and neutral, and blow each other up with our combos and mix up some whatever. It's Street Fighter. It's I kind of feel at home and stuff like that, and that's the end of things. So other than that, I in December went to the New Year's Eve party, so kind of explains the hair and everything. But that was definitely like a really good time too. Very nice time to like wrap up on things, and I was really happy with that. We just pretty much like sat around, drank, sang some karaoke stuff together, I didn't do something for myself, but whenever I just pretty much like sang along with people, and that was pretty much it. Maybe next time, like when it's like a little more, on a smaller side when it comes to like the group size, then maybe I'll like bust out something, right? Bust out those pipes. But anyway, it was still a good time. We played some Jackbox games. Well, man, I would never thought that we'd do this, but we actually, after the countdown and everything, right after when the New Year's hit, it was like 5 a.m, and we're just like, we're hungry, man. Let's go to like Jack in the Box or something. So we just, on that whim, we went to one of the Jack in the Boxes that like are open for 24 hours, right? So that's how we were able to even do that. There's like only one on a certain location, so but it's not around my area, so it's like I know that Jack in the Box, and I got myself some tacos, and unfortunately they fucked up my order and they didn't put my curly fries in there. I'm like, what the fuck, man? It's 2020. Like, what? Wait, what are you doing? But luckily, people were nice enough to offer their little, their curly fries, and someone even like gave me an extra taco or something because they weren't that hungry, I guess. Because, hey, they were drunk, and then as they were sobering up, it's like, oh, I realized I'm not really that hungry here. So, and like, yeah, at that point we, just chilled, bust out some lo-fi music, and that was great. That was a really good note to end on, and also to begin on, kind of funny enough, for not only for the end of 2019, but the beginning of 2020, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's pretty much it on that, when it comes to real life stuff. For December 2019, when it comes to like games and stuff like that, anything of the sort, there were no games, let's just say that much, for me to buy. So it was a little more on the low side of things, or dry side of things, when it comes to like new gaming content. But I still had videos to put up for December. So one of the first ones anyway was a podcast, but the most significant one I can definitely say was my review for Pokemon Sword and Shield. I was happy with the results. I was happy with the video, and I pretty much poured as much of my heart as I could into this video. You know what I mean? Pretty happy with that, and that's the end of that. Next one is the reaction video for the Game Awards. It's that time of the year, so they had some reveals that were like cool, but other than that, most of them were just like, you know what I mean? And there was no reveal for Smash, so there's got to be something big coming, man. I'm scared, but kind of excited at the same time. Hopefully they do it in January or something. So, but we'll see about that. I did play a game that came out like around October-ish, end of September, sort of, which was Indivisible. I got the time, so I took that chance to stream my first time with Indivisible, and I had a good time with it. I streamed like 5 hours of that, and I definitely felt a good impression on that, and I can definitely say I was having fun with the game. I was happy with its results so far, and I definitely look forward to playing that more whenever I get the chance to stream. But yeah, other than that, we had... Oh yeah, and then I released my thoughts about Capcom Cup 2019, which unfortunately was disappointing, and I was hoping I wanted to go there, but because of what they did, I just lost the motivation to go, along with my friend. He wanted to go, but he didn't because of what they did. So as the final video, we released the Hypecast episode number 100. It definitely wasn't what I wanted to be, but we definitely had a job to do. So, we just did our usual. We just talk about the gaming related news and stuff like that, and upcoming stuff. I wanted to get the guys together, to like talk about for 2019 in general, right? Just to have a, just chat, just have a good old time, just chat around, and for once, just kind of like not do what we usually do, but I guess everyone was just busy, or they want to do something else, and so it's okay. I mean, I'm not gonna be super forceful about it, so we're just gonna move on to what we usually do. There is one big change, and I will repeat that in another video when it comes to the podcast, sort of in a way, but it is a change no less. So I'm gonna say it right now, right here, and probably say it again for another video. So for those who are watching right now and who catch the podcast, whether it's on YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify, when it comes to SoundCloud, that's not part of the platform anymore where I distribute the podcasts. Simply because of just costs and stuff like that. It's just not what I'm looking for. I haven't been as satisfied with SoundCloud's like as a product at the end of the day. It's just I'm paying for too. I feel like I'm paying for too much for like little. So I found another website that provides the podcast RSS, and that's like the address you need to distribute your podcast for other platforms. That's pretty much like the reason why SoundCloud is no more pretty much for the podcast. Only just because the costs. Paying $16 a month is like a bit much, especially when you, on top of like all the other stuff that I'm paying for, it's just not worth it for me anymore. So I found a website that's just as good. It's not unlimited uploads, but it's definitely still enough to have a nice little backlog on things. When it comes to iTunes and Spotify, and hopefully, we're trying to get through. We're trying to get approved again on Spotify because we're using a different address now. So it's like, okay, if we can't just like update the RSS or whatever. Maybe I have to like deactivate that account or something. I don't know. But anyway, I think either way though, it's definitely not gonna. We have to like refresh it. But anyway, so it's on Podomatic it's called. I looked around like other places, and I think this one's like the best one for my applications anyway. So I have like still a good amount of space to upload on and provide a good backlog. But there's always the best backlog, which is YouTube. We definitely have a limited space there, thankfully, and so in case anyone wants to catch all the old episodes, it's all on YouTube, and we have something for the video format of things. So like I actually put up the video that we're watching, so what we're looking at, and it's kind of a little more engaging in that sense. And maybe at some point in the future I will provide my face on the podcasts. Maybe people will want to join in on that. I don't know. I'm not gonna, force that on them. That's probably gonna be just me. So I'll definitely provide my face. If it comes down to that. So if we get to that bridge, I don't know. By the way, point being, we're not gonna be on SoundCloud anymore, so that's pretty much that. So that is pretty much it on. There is one more video I forgot to mention. We did our I like pulled our reaction for the 40th character of Street Fighter V Champion Edition, which is Seth, who is in a new body now. So a lot of fan art has come out of that because it's a female body, but it's still Seth. So it's like he's got that masculine voice with that female body. So it's like kind of funny, weird, but it's like it's I guess it's within his character. So it makes sense for his character. It's just funny, I guess you can say, because female body, very masculine voice, and his personality and everything. So that's that for now. I don't know if Champion Edition is gonna get any more characters. I doubt it. Maybe after the Olympics, but I really feel like this is gonna be the last one for Street Fighter 5 for Capcom Cup anyway, and then they're gonna announce Street Fighter 6 after that, and then 2021 is gonna be the year of it's gonna be the year of Street Fighter 6, and or whatever, whenever that wants to come out or whatever. Maybe like it'll be like 2022 or something. I don't know. But it seems like I don't know. Maybe they have another team working on it already, so they'll have it like at least have it ready to be presented for gameplay. I don't know. I'm not a game developer. I'm just a guy who plays video games. So anyway, so that's that. Now we can definitely go into well, hold up. One more real life thing I guess I would like to mention is that during December 2019, we did catch Star Wars. I did watch it twice, and we've been a little busy, so we're trying to get together for the review. Otherwise, we're probably gonna do something else, but still include the Rise of Skywalker some way, right? Because I will mention that in the next thing. So for January 2020 for the channel, I would like to do well, it's the time of the year for the Game of the Year sort of thing for 2019, and top 10s and top 5s of whatever. So I would like to start with the top, what was it? I'm gonna say 10 games for now for 2019. I'm still kind of like playing around with the my list, and I have the script like written out for like most of the games. But it's just that I need to like number them, and then name my game of the year sort of thing. And then worst game of the year, that'll be a fun one. It's not gonna be a top 10 worst games. It's just gonna be like, okay, I play these couple of games, they're bad or disappointing. I'll make a list of it. It'll definitely be a shorter video, and so hopefully you guys look forward to that. And then I'm hoping to do the review for Star Wars Rise of Skywalker with Danny, but we'll see. And then but we're definitely gonna do, because we watched a ton of movies for 2019. We're definitely gonna do or definitely gonna try to do a top 10 2019 movies, that sort of thing, and name our personal movies of the year. So I definitely look forward to that, and we're gonna do some honorable mentions, or at least I will anyway. And then we're gonna have, of course, our little like worst pick sort of thing, kind of like because we gotta throw in some sort of like thing for worst movies. So we'll incorporate that in there somehow, because there weren't really a whole lot of like bad, trashy movies to kind of say, but there are like there's definitely some that we caught, but it's not enough to be a list of its own sort of thing. So but next thing I would like to try to do for January 2020 is I did mention this like a couple of videos back, or a couple of vlogs back, but I do want to do some sort of like anime review for recreators, and I kind of like want to try to be very like neutral, try to take this like in a very documentary sort of direction sort of thing. I mean, it's just gonna be me talking, but you know, like on the mic. But again, you know, if you guys watch, you know, Up From the Depths, for when it comes to like the Godzilla reviews, that's kind of like the format I would like to try to do. Because you know, he kind of like inspired me to do those sort of reviews, because that's always kind of like what I always wanted to do, but I just didn't know how to do it, and he kind of pretty much like laid it out for me. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do it this way. So there you go. But you know, I mean, I'm going to try to incorporate some of my stuff in there, but we'll see about that. Let's see how like the whole thing turns out for the channel anyway. But other than that, January 2020, there is going to be 1917 when it comes to movies, but that's pretty much it. And I don't know if we're going to like do a review about it together, but we'll see. I definitely, if we're not going to do it together, I'm just going to do a solo review about it. So 1917. Also, there is one game for January that is coming out that I do want to play, which is Yakuza 7, or Yakuza Like a Dragon. So that title is always gonna be funny to me. But anyway, that's the game I want to pick up for January 2020. So that's like a good start. Nice little pre-game when it comes to early 2020. So I definitely look forward to it, and really anticipating for that. So but really, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, when it comes to what we're gonna be doing for January 2020. I mean, my birthday's coming up, and I'm gonna. By the time this comes out, I mean, you've already know or seen the stream, but I will have a stream corresponding to my birthday, pretty much like tonight as I record this. But yeah, anyway, we'll see what comes out before, you know, or when this particular video will come out. But it'll definitely be after or next week or whatever, depending on things, because I'm going to be pretty busy this week, because, you know, of course, my birthday and stuff. So anyway, really can't wait for that, for all the new stuff, Yakuza and the move 1917, and of course just 2020 in general, man, because the early 2020, man, the games, man, are just, it's gonna be rough, man, but it's gonna be cool. I don't know, I really feel like the best games is gonna come out early 2020, and then the rest of them aren't going to live up to them. I don't know. That's just me anyway. But there may be some surprises. I don't know. That's what makes things exciting for life. You know, the new things that come our way and stuff. So, I definitely, you know, again, you know, for when it comes to 2020, I have my goal set. Or at least I have one goal set. And it's, you know, bench pressing 2 plays. Gotta work on that chest. And anyway, so hope you guys have your own goals and stuff like that set for 2020, and I wish the best of luck to you all to achieve those, whether it's big or small. You know, that's your goal, and it's not my business to you know, set your guys' goals or anything like that. So anyways, I hope all of you guys are able to achieve them and get the results that you are mostly looking for, or, you know, entirely. So anyways, thank you guys so much for all the continuing support so far, especially from 2019. And if you guys haven't already, you know, hit the, you know, like button and all that stuff, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified to, you know, see all the new videos that are coming for 2020, man. I got some stuff lined up, and hope you guys look forward to it. So yeah, of course, if you have any comments or feedbacks or, you know, ideas for the channel, for what kind of videos you want me to do, and I'm gonna make this clear. I don't need to see any requests for We Have Fun videos. Those are very spontaneous, sporadic sort of videos. they just don't happen when I command it to. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna like force my friends to come together just so we can record like 2 hours or 3 hours of footage, and that's that. You know what I mean? Like, I like the feel of having us naturally come together, and then like, oh hey, you guys want to play video games? All right, yeah, sure, man, cool. Let's go in the room, let's do it. And so and that's how these things happen, man. We don't just like play video games for the sake of getting videos done. You know what I mean? I really don't want to do that for against people. So if they want to do it though, that's all good and hood. I'm always up for it, and if they're up for it, cool, awesome. So anyways, those kind of comments, please refrain from doing those. I already know, like, hey, you guys love those kind of videos. I know that. I'm very aware of that. It's hard to do that because we're growing up, we're getting older, we have our own things to do a lot of times, and I don't want to like pull them away from that. So beyond just asking them, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna force them to do my bidding, I guess you could say. So anyways, I'm just looking for like any feedback, criticism, or constructive criticism, any ideas for the channel, anything like that. Please leave me know in the comment section below. And yeah, so anyways, this has been my December 2019 look back on things, and what we're gonna do for 2020. So the January 2020 vlog, man, just thinking about the new decade, man. It's crazy. It's 2020. Yeah, it's, I don't know, man. Maybe when you're older, you'll like think about those things. But for now, I look forward to making videos for you guys, and I look forward to all the new stuff that's coming for this year. And again, best of luck to all of you for your goals, and I hope to achieve my own as well. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Sean out.